What's up, guys? Welcome to JBM's podcast, Just Bros
With
Michaela.
We're back.
Hey. How's it going, guys?
Not bad.
Yeah?
Not bad. Friday. I
Yeah?
got paid. It's not
You got
bad.
any interesting news, Brogan?
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The viewers need to know.
Viewers need to know.
Viewers need to know.
I'm seeing someone now.
Hey.
It's crazy.
That's
Whoa.
Crazy. I really hope it's the. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, here, I got you.
No.
Very conflicted feelings. We lost another one, boys.
Am I going into more detail about that?
I mean,
or-
you can if you want to. It's your
Cool.
life.
I blame Junior. Junior's the one that really like fucking. He said it. He said we lost one. He did it. I blame him.
It's honestly his
You
fault.
you had to detail her car, didn't you?
It wasn't my intentions. I was just, like, hey,
I was the mastermind.
hey.
though.
The
You
mastermind.
can think that.
You
I,
can- the
I would like to
manipulator.
think that.
Alyssa, what do you think? Are you gonna say anything?
I
That's
don't
a-
think-
That's a no.
She's here in the back.
She's
in the back.
here.
She's
she
in the
she
back
didn't want to
rooms.
be on camera. It's
No,
okay.
she is here. Now everybody's gonna be like, she's not real.
Yeah, for
She's
real.
not
She's
real.
non-existent. We're all just making her up.
She doesn't exist. So, guys, have you guys seen the documentary Quiet on Set?
Yeah.
TikTok clips. I have not seen the whole
You
thing.
haven't
yet.
seen
You
it?
haven't
You
actually seen it?
fool.
No, I haven't seen the whole thing. We talked about it at because all my coworkers at work are like, "Yo, this is some
It's some
interesting
heavy
stuff."
shit.
Yeah.
Because I
some
grew up
heavy
up watching this stuff, and they didn't watch like Drake and Josh or any of these shows. They're all in their like late 40s and stuff like that.
Mm.
But I grew up watching that stuff, and they're like, "Have you watched it?" And I was like, "No, I haven't." But I've heard I've seen the clips where like Drake Bell is talking about it, and I'm like, "Damn."
Yeah.
And then I hear about like the other people talking about their experiences on set, and I'm just like,
It's really fucked up. Have you guys seen like the clips of just like the Amanda show and like Victorious, sometimes iCarly, like
Oh yeah.
just like the random clips?
of
Like the
Floating-
behind the scenes,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
well, I know.
Well, even in the show, yeah.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Where they had like whatever fake web page they had, and they were like they were in character. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna upload it. It was like their version of like YouTube or whatever,
Yeah.
and it was just the weirdest shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing like that, and I was like, this is weird. I don't know why they're doing this. I'm not gonna watch this because I remember as a kid watching it, going like, this isn't funny. This is just weird.
Yeah. Even
This
as
is-
a kid, I would.
this
even
is an
look at it
adult-
Like,
Well,
okay.
Thinks this
like,
is funny, but it's
I
not.
re-
strange.
I remember like it totally going over my head when I was a kid. Like
I mean,
I was a Disney kid. I didn't watch Nickelodeon all that much.
I was both actually. Like I
watched a
Hannah
lot of
Montana,
iCarly.
iCarly.
Never watched the Amanda show, and
Yeah,
I was
briefly.
getting too old for Victorious, so I didn't really watch that either.
Oh, that's a little awkward.
The only
I'm older than her, and I watched it. I'm
Yeah.
like, it was all right.
the only thing that I know about Victorious is that I know more about the behind the scenes on that show because apparently everybody did like a whole bunch of like drugs and like drank.
Yeah, that they were drinking
And you
all
can
the time.
and you can tell,
Yeah.
especially like I think they had a crossover with iCarly, and there was an interview with like I think Miranda Cosgrove and somebody else from Victorious, and they were like, "Oh, did you guys get along?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, we didn't hang out after hours because I guess they were out drinking and
Partying,
smoking, and they were like inside
yeah. Like,
Yeah.
just chilling." Because I know Josh Peck interviewed Miranda Cosgrove and was like, "Hey, do you drink?" She's like, "Oh no, not really, a little bit, but I don't like. I've never been drunk." And she's like 28, or like almost 30. And Josh Peck is like, "What?" Because he had like an alcohol addiction, like a drug addiction. He's like, "Someone get this girl fucked up, please." And like,
I did see that clip. I remember
Yeah,
that clip.
I saw that too.
Her swearing too. She's like, I don't swear.
what's your favorite word? Probably fuck.
You're right. You heard it here, folks. She sweared.
Yeah, but no, it's that whole situation is so fucked up.
Yeah,
it
it's
really
really
is.
fucked up. Also, fuck Brian Peck.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. That.
Die, actually. Like
Nah.
like for real. It's not funny at all. It's really serious.
Yeah.
And I just feel so terrible for Drake Bell. Like in all the stuff that he's going through. Not that it excuses for the bad stuff that he did.
No.
Not an
Which
excuse.
we'll get to it, but
It's an explanation.
it's an explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely connects a lot of dots for me. But yeah, I actually kind of wanted to talk about that because Drake, you know, he went on to the documentary and like told a story and everything, and he was saying that all of these news people, media people were like spreading stories about him and like really twisting the narrative. Basically saying that he sexually assaulted
Yeah.
a minor, and he didn't. Like
No,
that,
yeah.
like he was messaging a minor, which is like still not good.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
like
no.
not good at all. And I'm not like trying to defend him or anything like that. But I think the irony is crazy for him to be accused to be like sexually assaulting like a minor when he was sexually assaulted as a minor.
Yeah.
And it's just like I couldn't even imagine the like where your head goes at. You
Well,
know?
I know he said he pleaded guilty to like everything, and then I know in the interview he was like, "Oh yeah, people were saying like he's like that I should die because of like the things that I did to this child," and he goes, "They didn't list anything that I like actually did. It was all like false accusations and shit like that."
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I've seen the TikTok where he's on that podcast and there's a whole list of stuff that he goes, "Here's the shit that I pleaded guilty to." And he goes, "And here's the shit that all these news articles said I did." And he goes, "And now this documentary comes out and now everybody's like changing their opinions on me."
Right. They like totally flipped.
Which I fuck those people too.
Yeah, fuck those people, which
Because
is crazy.
I hate that because I'm watching like when the documentary first came out, everybody was like, especially with him, they were all like, "Oh my god, I feel so bad for Drake." And then Drake was talking about Josh Peck and how like Josh Peck has kind of like distanced himself from him. And then now Drake came out and was like, "No, we've talked. It's just that he wants to distance himself from this." Like he goes, he has reached out, we have talked, and he goes, "I consider him a friend," and Josh says he doesn't because they don't really talk. It's like occasionally.
I mean, people grow apart, right?
Yeah.
It's just like people have sensationalized this TV show,
Exactly.
and it's just like the parasocial relationships that they have with these characters is so intense that they just have to believe that Drake and Josh have and their actors have to be best friends,
Yeah.
you know? And it's just like I get it, like especially when it's nostalgia like coming into play and stuff like that. It's hard.
My childhood.
My
Yeah.
childhood.
I'm so old now.
I know. And
Scary.
Turned 24.
but it's just like, man, just like leave these people alone. Like they can live their lives the way
Yeah.
that they want to.
Which is why like I hated when Drake Bell was like, "Oh yeah," and he goes, or what the hell was it? Or the comments were saying, "Oh, well, you know, I feel bad for Drake," and then it was all everybody shitting on Josh Peck, being like he wanted Drake's stardom, his popularity, like he was the more popular out of the two, and his career took off. And I was like, well, no offense to either of them, but neither of their careers really took off. One was a singer, and Drake's made however much money, I don't fucking know.
Who knows?
And then
Yeah.
Josh has done little projects here and there, but I don't think either of them has like crazy stardom. They're both famous still, but everybody's
Yeah.
like, oh, he's jealous, and he's jealous of Drake. And I'm just like, where the fuck are you people getting this from? And it's just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate those people.
It's just stereotyping because, I mean, Josh on Drake and Josh was the nerdy, big, the fat one. He was the ugly one.
He was the fat joke.
Yeah.
You know, that was his character.
And Drake was the popular, handsome, and you know, hopefully
You know,
everything.
kind of bad boy
Yeah.
sort of thing.
That everything he gets his way without
Yeah.
trying too hard.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, after like how many years did that show go on, Drake and
I
Josh?
have
Like
no idea.
3 seasons.
yeah, so it's like after
and
all
one
that, you know, that's just it gets stuck to your mind, especially as a kid. Like that's what they're brainwashing you to think.
I don't know. It was stupid. Well, especially when, like, you know, during the show, Josh is doing a whole bunch of drugs. And then if you look at the first season and the last season, he dropped like 120 pounds.
Yeah, he really did.
Yeah, but I mean, like, going on to like a different topic, like for Josh to break that stereotype, for him to not be the fat joke anymore, he lost the weight so that he could get better jobs and better roles. I mean, I can't really think of anything that's more, popular than what this is what he's known for is.
Oh yeah, they will both go down as
Drake and
Josh. The only thing that I can think that Drake's done other than Drake and Josh is he voiced Spider-Man in like a couple like Disney cartoons.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And that's like the only thing that like I recognize his voice from like those, but now they have so many different voice actors for Spider-Man. I'm just like I recognize his voice, but I don't think of him as Spider-Man.
I know Drake is really popular in Mexico, so I mean, culturally, like
is he actually?
I feel like, he
really
is.
popular.
Like I believe he lives in Mexico. And he has like a pretty big fan base down there. So I mean, good for him,
nice. Josh is an
Mm-hmm.
Oppenheimer. He pushes the button.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie.
Oh, really?
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Okay, well, yeah, Josh
on
Peck.
my list to watch.
Canonically, Josh Peck is the guy that is like, all right, this is either going to kill the entire planet or this is going to be the greatest thing ever. And he pushes the button. That's all he does in the movie. He shows up, I think he says one line, it's like, wow. And you don't see him for like an hour, and then he pushes the button, and then he's never in the movie again.
What a honor to push the button for the nuke.
Oh yeah, dude, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I push that button. I wouldn't push it like that. I'd probably be like, because I'm a drama queen. But
you said it, not me.
You.
But
I mean,
I know what I'm about.
Like back to like other people, like kind of like jumping, I guess, the bandwagon in a sense of like supporting Drake and stuff. And it's like, I wouldn't say to hell to those people. I could see where they're coming from because you could just, I mean, during this time, like child predators are looked as disgusted, heinous criminals. And throughout time, yes, they're looked as awful people, but not to an extent as today. I feel like in this era, it is much more.
It's because of the virality. Virality?
Oh, of it?
Viral. I can't say it.
Of how viral it is and how popular it is.
Yeah. And so everybody knows,
Yeah, and it's becoming a more open thing. So I can't necessarily blame them. I do agree that they did take it too far with, like, obviously putting on these outlandish things. And it's like, but again, no one knew what Drake was going through. No one knew he was the child that got Brian Peck arrested. No one knew besides the people that he stood in court that was supporting Brian Peck and was like, I mean, how he said, "How dare you guys?" And that was crazy. That was deep. Ooh, that was so deep.
The people who, like, when Drake went to court, actually, fuck all the people who supported Brian Peck in the actual courtroom. I know that there's some people who sent letters to
41 people.
41
there
people.
There were 41 letters.
Which is actually insane, but they could have had misinformation.
Yeah.
That's a reasonable thing. They just didn't know, and they wanted to support, this person that they really like. But the people who were in that courtroom and heard everything that went down and still supported him, like, you are just as bad. Like, you are, like, because that's terrible.
Actually, like, I read, like, I mean, I watched it, like, literally not that long ago. I'm like, I only have like 11 minutes and then I'm done with the, like, last episode. But in those letters, it almost seems like, and this might be
typical.
Yeah, for more of like, it seems like they're kind of leaning more that it was a woman child actor that did this, because I'm pretty sure they didn't like specify if it was a male or female, because that would give too much. That would give too much away of like who he's coddling. Because
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, because in the letter, I mean, they didn't say she in specific, but they just said that he's probably been tempted.
Yeah,
like a temptation.
Yeah. They talked a lot about how, like,
and I'm pretty
he must have been.
And it was in 2003. Like, I'm pretty sure in this era there wasn't like so much of like the gay like stereotype. Like, gay wasn't too common. I mean, I know they did say that they did say Brian Peck was gay. Actually, to Drake Bell's dad, they're like, "Oh, maybe you're homophobic because he's gay." So, but with like, I mean, they could also even use that he was gay. Like, the guy tempted him. Or
Yeah, which is so like just the victim blaming and all of
Yeah,
it. It's just so sad and it makes me so frustrated and it just like it gets me going because it's just like like he's a child, like, you know, and it's just like it's just not right. And yeah, just fuck all the people who, you know, supported Brian Peck.
it was tough watching Drake Bell's dad like
Knowing
like fed him to Brian Peck. Like he was
Yeah.
like without even doing it on purpose. Obviously, he just wanted his son to live his dream. That's all he wanted.
I was
And
gonna
he
say,
wanted.
It's
didn't they
so
have?
sad.
He had his dad around like most of the time, right? And
Yeah,
then, like,
it
eventually they
was
were
during
like,
the
hey,
Brian Peck scandal where he told his because Brian was manipulating Drake by telling him that that your dad's taking all
not
your
good for
money.
you.
Yeah,
yeah,
You
I heard
know,
that.
stealing all of his money and like
Where
he's
he's
not going to
like-
be able to get
and Drake
roles.
actually like opened up an investigation on his dad. They checked his finance,
Oh,
and
I
they're
did
like,
not know
yeah.
that. Okay.
And they're like, and at that time he wasn't living with his dad anymore. He went with his mom because they were both divorced. And
Okay.
they're like, yeah, we didn't find anything like he didn't take any money from you. And so
Yeah, but he manipulated him into thinking that his dad was like the bad guy when it was really him.
Yeah.
And so once he started living with his mom, Brian became like his dad and brought
Yeah.
him to auditions and like he would
Yeah,
sleep
I heard
over at
about
his
that.
house and like and all this type of stuff and like was a very integrated part of his life. And so when I remember him talking about it, when like it first happened, when he was first assaulted, and he was just like, I couldn't tell anybody, but I can't distance myself from him because he's such a huge part of my life.
Yeah.
Like people would notice, and
Yeah.
it's just it's so sad that happened to him.
and it's crazy that how at that time his girlfriend's mom was the one to like find out, like was
For
the one to
real.
find out, and like he's like in 6 seconds she knew exactly what was going on.
I need to fucking watch this.
It
It
was
is-
it's so good.
It's really good. My jaw was just like dropping, just like all the time.
And I'm like that kind of brought me hope because I'm like I'm glad there's like people like out there. They're like,
Something's up.
yeah, like this is not adding up. Like we need to talk. And like no, don't give me no bullshit. Like I love that. Like no, don't give me no.
Because
bullshit
I know
'cause
it's not just
this
Drake.
is
Like I know Jeanette McCurdy has talked about how they
a
tried giving
producer.
her
The
hush money.
creator. She calls it the creator. She never
Yeah.
outright
says
says
it's
Dan
Dan,
Schneider,
but the creator,
but the creator, which is basically
it's Dan.
Dan,
And I know they said that she said that they offered her like $300,000 in hush
to
money,
keep quiet. Yeah.
and I don't think she took. I can't remember. She said it was like 300,000.
Read her
or whatever.
book.
Oh,
It is so good. Even
You
just
read it?
like I read most of it. I never finished it because
on
my
you.
ADHD I just never did.
I'll read it.
because what is it?
But
It's called.
I'm
so
glad
good.
my
I'm glad my mom died.
died, yeah.
My mother died or
Yeah.
something like that.
Because I know
Along those lines.
I watched like a TikTok where she reads like one of the last text messages of her mom, and it's just like the worst fucking thing ever. It's just like, giving her shit like, oh, you've gained weight, you're not making any money, da da da. Oh yeah, can you buy me a new refrigerator or
Yeah.
something?
Mm-hmm.
And somebody was like,
Crazy.
did you buy her a new refrigerator? And she was like, no, fuck her. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Her mom was one of those. They viewed her as just a cash grab,
Yeah.
like their way out.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, this is my daughter's career. In a sense, they actually viewed it more as like this is their career.
This
Yeah.
is how I can not do anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, in the book it goes a bit more into detail, but it was her mom's dream to be an
An
actress.
actress. Oh.
Yeah.
And so that's
Well,
why she
yeah.
put Jeanette into, acting lessons and everything. And
Yeah.
Jeanette they were so codependent on each other that Jeanette just did whatever
it,
her
yeah.
mom said.
Well, I mean, it's normal because you're
It's your
supposed
mom,
to. Yeah,
yeah.
you're supposed to trust your mom. Your
Yeah,
mom
you're
is
supposed to,
your
but
rock.
Yeah, I mean, but her
Your
mom
parents in
her mom
general.
abused her.
She abused
terribly.
the trust
Yeah.
Yeah.
that.
And I mean, and also physically too. Like she would do body checks on Jeanette like in the shower
Oh,
until
yeah, I
she
heard
was
about
like way
that.
older because her mom like had it in her head that she could have cancer. so she would like check for lumps on her, and so she would do like a full body check
That's
and like
crazy.
touch her, in private areas and stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That is insane what people would do in order to keep their kids in the spotlight, in the fame, and to keep that. And it hurt. Like, it's even crazy to hear that, because it's like now you aren't looking at her as your daughter. Like, you're worried about her health. It's like, oh, like this object needs to be working in top condition in order to give me
Yeah.
the money. I mean, that's how I view it. That's not like, that's
Especially
just
how her mom was and how she talks about her. No, it wasn't like, oh, I care about you and I don't want you to like get
Die.
these things. No,
Yeah.
I want you to keep working so I don't have to.
Yeah, that's, I mean, it's the film industry, the TV show industry, it's a scary industry. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying all, like, every, like, single producer, creator,
No.
there's a lot of good people,
Yeah.
but obviously the spotlight's going to be on the bad people. And in a way, it should be, because these people should be caught. They should be held
Yeah.
accountable for what they are doing.
Yeah. One other thing that I wanted to bring up is in the beginning, they had 2 female writers, and they had to share a salary. So basically, Dan hired writers for the Amanda Show, iCarly, and Victorious. And during the Amanda Show, they had 2 female writers.
Actually, wasn't it all that? And then,
Or wait, all
yeah,
that.
it was all
yeah,
that.
maybe. Sorry if
Yeah.
I'm getting that mixed up.
It was all that.
But they had 2 female writers, and he said, supposedly, this is alleged that he's the one who said this, but he said that he could not hire them. The only way that he could hire them is that if they share
Salary.
a salary
A
with
one-person
another
salary.
person.
Yeah.
Jesus
Which is
Christ.
crazy. But the thing is that women in the industry at that time were not viewed as equal to men. And even now, like, it is still really hard for women.
And it was
like,
their
in the
first. It
industry.
was their first gig. They
Yeah,
didn't know what was right or
so
wrong.
they took it. They
Yeah,
took
they're
it
like,
because
"Hell yeah."
they were like,
You have an in.
you know,
take it.
like-
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll share my salary if that means that I have other opportunities
Eventually,
to get jobs. But yeah, it was terrible. When I heard that, I was like, oh my God, like I cannot believe it. Crazy.
And then, like, the
Crazy.
acts, like, some of them had to do, like, or what they had to deal with. Like, I know one of them, this was for the Amanda Show, because the other one just left. She couldn't, like, deal with Dan. She said that allegedly that, like, I think she was there for season 1, and then for season 2, he called all, like, the male writers into his office. And then they called her in, and she comes in, and she sits down, and she's like, all the male writers are pretty much surrounding her. And he's like, all right, pitch me your idea. And I don't think she went into specific what her idea was, but she pretty much pitches it. And then, like, out of the blue, he's like, hey, didn't you used to work as a sex phone operator?
Oh yeah.
And then
the
she's like,
Yeah, she's just like, no.
I've never said that. Are you sure? Because I think the last season you did mention that. And she's like, no, I didn't. I've never said that I worked there. And he kept pushing it on, and all the males are kind of just laughing about it. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
because
just-
like they think it's like a joke, because like he says it in a way that it's like a joke, but it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
And I think after that is when she decided to quit. Like, she couldn't. And she's like, and it broke her heart because she really loved working for the show. And
She was doing something that she loved, and she knew that like if she quit, or if she ever spoke out about him, then she would never get a job in that industry again.
yeah,
Because he had so much power, which is crazy.
it's crazy. But I mean, also at the time, he was putting out some good shows.
He was the
And
one in
it's-
control of
Yeah,
all of that.
Everything, yeah.
he really was. It's a really dark documentary, and it really opens your eyes to the industry and a lot of parents. And I like how they actually included the parents and how much like they even mentioned like how they would try to voice their concerns and they would be shut down.
Yep.
And just because they're voicing their concerns, it would like drive a wedge between them and their kids. Because
because
kids don't know any better. They're like, I want to be on a freaking TV. Let me be
Right.
on TV. What's the big
Like,
problem?
what's the problem here? Like, just let me do, what I dream.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm hoping like a lot of them are like rekindling their relationship with their parents, and I know not Josh, Drake is rekindling his relationship with his dad, and I'm kind of glad that's happening and all that.
Yeah.
I just really recommend watching the documentary. Like, for anybody who hasn't yet, please do, because I think it's so eye-opening. And yeah,
I'm gonna watch it.
watch it
Yeah, you better watch it.
or watch it.
All right,
I wanna know.
talking about relationships. We're gonna
Get rid of the heavy.
Topic change,
Oh,
please.
Oh.
God.
It's still
Shake it out, guys. For real.
All right,
Ah.
you're gonna turn up the lights now. But all right, so I got a question for you guys.
What's up?
All right, so would you allow your significant other to openly go through your phone?
Openly?
Openly.
Yes.
I mean, okay. I feel like, okay, first of all, let me answer yes. Yes, I would. Although I would feel a bit weird about it because it's just like half of me feels like they don't trust me, right? Because it's just like, why are you asking me? Like, why don't you trust me? But then the other half of me is just like, I have nothing to hide.
Exactly.
So, okay, whatever.
Yeah, I don't care. The only thing that like I'd have to like I wouldn't want her to see is like I have certain things written down that are for the future, like plans and shit.
Aww.
Don't want that
That's
spoiled. I need to
cute.
make.
Weird.
I need to. Fuck you, Junior.
Write in a journal.
No, I want my phone.
My phone
Dear
is a journal.
diary,
Nah,
this is the date that I plan with Alyssa.
it'd be so long.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Can't have that. She'll need to see that.
I would. Where I draw the line, like the reason I actually brought this question up is because one of my Snapchat friends posted on the story for guys to respond to this, and I just wanted to ask, obviously, open to also female interpretation on it and male and whatever. But in my response, I would rather have you do it like asking me. Like I draw the line when you do it behind my back.
Dude, that's
Because-
crazy.
Because doing it behind your back, and the reason why it's bad to do this is because you already have like the notion of the feeling of that you're doing it behind their back. Like you're already being sneaky about it.
Yeah.
So you already have that uneasy feeling. Plus, when you're going through it without you're doing this knowing you're being sneaky, you already have a negative mindset. You're already in a negative space. So you're trying to find something negative. That's what your brain's gonna go for automatically. So when you find something that's very like something small and that's inconvenient,
You're gonna misinterpret it.
your brain's gonna be like, why the fuck did he have this?
Yep.
You see, you were right. This is why you should go through his phone.
And
you
then
were right.
and then they're gonna find worse things, and it's not gonna be worse. Or it's gonna get played up.
Rather, like, if you're doing it open, like, I could see how, like, it could hurt someone. Like, wow, you don't trust me. But you gotta also understand, like, I mean, humans aren't very trusting to begin with. And no matter how much you do, you can't earn complete trust. There's always gonna be a small amount of doubt because
Yeah, I mean,
there's like
yeah, for
there's
sure.
there's never a guarantee for anything. You get married, you think, oh, this is it. We're getting married. This is like I did it.
Yeah.
No, there's
That's not-
divorce.
No,
There's
yeah.
I'm like, there's divorce.
There's divorce.
I'm like, it's
50% rate or whatever the fuck it is now. 50%,
it's
whatever it is.
It's so bad, but either way, I'm like, it's
Did you know that divorce between a human and a vampire is like way low?
Wonder if that bit's gonna stay in.
God, you and your team Edwin over there.
Edwin.
Edwin.
Oh,
Edward.
Edward.
Edward, not Edwin.
Edward.
Edward.
What was the stupid name we talked about where they
Oh,
combine?
EJ.
EJ.
Okay, so
Fuck that.
EJ.
Okay,
EJ.
so Bella, this is not considered a spoiler because
Why are we
these
talking about
movies
this?
have been out for so long. So
But I guess
Bella
spoiler.
gets pregnant right? And she's having a baby, but they can't see what the gender is going to be. So she picked a name for a boy and she picked a name for a girl. Well, for a boy, she picked EJ for fucking Edward Jacob. Bad.
Horrible.
Bad.
Never seen
really
the movies.
bad. Extremely bad.
Fuck
like
that
imagine
name.
having your baby be your love triangle. Like weird.
That is disgusting.
The girl's name, it sounds weird, but like I kind of get it.
Renesmee,
It's
right?
Renesmee, and it combines
The moms.
yeah, the moms, Renee and Esme,
That one's
which
better
I think is kind of
than
sweet.
fucking EJ.
EJ, imagine,
EJ.
gross.
Ugh, but anyways, so like I said, I could see why like people can. That was fucking.
I hated every
off-topic.
second of that.
Sorry.
Damn EJ. But
It's gonna be in my head the rest of the day, and I'm not gonna forgive you for that.
so yeah, like
welcome.
like I said, there's no like guarantee on anything, and either way, so I'm like, it's better to do it though, like ask and openly, just because your partner has that reinsurance. By like, yeah, I'm comfortable with you going through it. So they're like, okay, you're creating a comfortable space between you two.
Yeah.
So then when they see it, they'll be more inclined and comfortable to asking you about like questions of like, why do you have this?
Instead
and
of being all
more
secretive.
in a calm state rather than doing it behind your back because you're at an agitated state.
Right. Yeah.
And then I know like I got in this conversation with the person on Snapchat. I'm not gonna, say names or anything, but and then they brought up the fact that how like there's truth that rang into that, and how that their minds just like run rampant, and they overthink and this and that, and I just like. And there's a lot of people who don't know that's okay. Like overthinking is okay. You just can't let it take over your life, or you can't let it be projected onto the person either you're seeing or friendship. Actually, it can kind of go for anything, not just relationships, but romantic relationships, but also platonic, like for friendships and stuff.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
Anything. You can overthink
Overthinking.
anything.
My mom always says she's just like 80% of like what you think is gonna happen, like usually doesn't.
Oh,
Like,
dude. Oh,
It's just like
Hell
all the
yeah.
bad things that you think are gonna happen are just most likely not going to.
don't worry. There are other things that are gonna fuck you too.
and and speaking
like-
of
But like, yeah,
Yeah.
literally anything can fucking happen. You
And speaking of moms, my mom also gave a great advice when it comes to romantic relationships. Is like if your significant other wants to cheat, they're gonna cheat.
yeah, we
Mhm.
Like
talked about
even if you go through their phone, it's not gonna prevent the inevitable.
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 Man, we are
Yeah,
all
we
just
are.
having a hard time today.
I'm speaking real slowly so I don't
Oh.
fuck this up.
For real.
But
Because if I start, it's not gonna stop.
yeah.
You know, I still don't know Paul's password.
Red flag. No, I'm kidding.
Good.
We've
Good.
been dating for like a year and a half.
I was gonna say
and-
how long?
How long?
and I
want the
I just
timestamp, too.
cannot remember his password for the life of me. And
That's all
so like
Also, then it's your fault.
yeah, I mean I guess it's like kind of my
You
fault.
try to
but,
put the
but,
blame on
hey,
Paul right
no,
in the
no,
beginning.
No, let me
Clip
finish.
that,
Let me
clip that.
finish. I'll be like, oh, like let me do something on your phone. I'm like, oh, what's your password? And he's just like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna tell you. Like, no, you can't say anything.
At a boy.
He's coming. He's,
He's like, I'm
coming.
coming
He's like,
in.
he needs a mic.
You did the same exact thing to me every time. Like you have me to like respond
That's
to your mom.
because you did it to me first.
That's my
You
boy.
did it to me first, okay?
My boy.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
You know
mhm.
what? I think I'm gonna take Paul's side. I don't know why.
Why?
For the boys. I'm just
For the
kidding.
boy. Yeah. no.
But no, we talked about this. I completely agree with Junior's mom. If you think your significant other is like gonna cheat or whatever, looking through their phone is not gonna.
It's not gonna
Stop that.
change anything.
It's gonna make life worse for the person who's checking. Honestly.
yeah, but
Actually,
I
but-
mean, they should know.
Oh, yeah.
so-
Well, yeah, they should know if they're being cheated on.
Well,
It's
no,
just
but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you can look all you want. There doesn't have to be evidence of cheating for them to be
could
or
be that
not.
good.
But
they could be that good to delete fucking. It's just. That's how life is. You just gotta kind of go with it. And once you do catch either your partner in the act, either it's through you found it through the phone, someone else told you and showed you proof whatsoever. You just gotta roll with the punches because, like I said, you can't guarantee anything.
No.
And I have to understand that because I always use that line when I've like talked to other people, like if like trying to date them, like, oh, I'm not like them, and like how would they know?
No.
And it's it's just
It's really hard trusting people.
Yeah.
But I mean, how can you live life without taking some risks?
exactly.
Oh yeah.
That's why people date. They're
Yeah.
taking risks. It's
I-
constant.
That's
life.
I
for
told
you.
her. I said, "What you see is what you get.
What you
It
see is
sucks,
what you get.
but this is what you get." And I'm like, "There's no hidden."
I mean, if she's
there's-
seen the podcast, I mean,
Audience.
she's seen a
she's
lot.
asked so many questions.
Audience,
about,
don't let the camera fool you. He might look tall. He's not.
I'm not tall.
Michaela's taller.
She's short.
Short.
Wow.
She's your-
short.
She is short.
She's your height, so yeah,
Yeah, I think we're the same height.
5'2".
Oh, see, I'm even small. Like,
I'm even
oh my God.
smaller.
Wow. Oh my God.
You're
I'm
hungry.
even shorter
You
than
gotta
her.
eat something.
Yeah, she needs protein.
You need
Look,
some protein.
I haven't ate today. Okay.
Don't worry, we're getting food after
What
this.
did I ate cereal.
I've had so much. I've been eating so much lately. I need to stop.
You've been eating a lot.
I've been eating so much more than like at least I'm used to. I need to.
Like a
He's-
pint of ice cream.
he's
every
getting-
day?
he's
No,
getting
dude, I actually
comfortable.
have not been eating that much. She's gonna
Oh, wait,
fucking
wait,
say
wait,
I'm
wait,
not.
Wait.
But I actually have
When
not.
did this start? When did you
What?
start eating a lot more? I just want to put that out
Relationship weight.
there. Relationship way.
You gotta get those extra 15 pounds.
What the fuck, dude? I cannot put on 15 fucking pounds. I
Why
cannot
not?
be that
What's-
heavy again because
what-
that's like my heaviest I've ever been. I don't want to get back to that.
I'm proud of
You
you.
start going to the gym with Junior.
Yeah.
At night,
No,
Yeah.
like twice a week.
twice
a week.
Well, we're gonna.
I
we're
thought you
gonna-
were going like every day.
Well, no, I'm talking
No.
about for me because if
Oh.
I told them like the only days I would actually like go to the gym with them would be like days I actually can sleep in, which would be like Friday night and Saturday night.
Yeah.
But it ain't fucking because I know what I'm eating with these motherfuckers that night. It ain't gonna do me any fun. It'd be better if I did than didn't, but
Eh.
being at Planet Fitness, being like, okay, let's get this fucking. But next to Chippy, I just look like a fucking obese motherfucker. So I'm just like, whatever. Thanks, Chip.
Thanks, Chip. We will
Chippy
have
and
Chip.
Tyler.
Chippy will be our next guest.
I really want Chippy to come on the podcast. Like,
I'll tell him.
people need to know his name. Okay.
I need a Chippy. Chippy's his real name. I'm saying this
No.
right now.
No, it's not.
I know, but
It's-
no.
Chippy's better.
No, I'm
bleep-
spoiler
actually
alert.
gonna cut
We'll
that
put-
out.
yeah, bleep it
because-
Just
out.
add a bleep, please.
Add a bleep.
Please.
Yeah.
And cut this
Bleep
whole
it
thing
out.
out. Put a
Cut this
timestamp
whole-
right now.
Timestamp.
I'm watching you, future Michaela.
4146.
40.
41.
I'll if you can remind me, I'll send it to you. I'll write it down.
Yeah, Chippy needs to come.
Do you guys have any other like things?
I got news.
Oh, you got news?
Yeah.
What do we got?
I released a song.
Oh, yeah. I actually was thinking of something else.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
It's been a minute, but she did it.
I did it. I was ghost for a minute. But I am ready to have like 4 releases this year. Everything is pretty much all
When's
set
the
up.
album?
No, no album.
No album.
No album. I gotta
Not
release
yet.
some singles, and then once I get some traction going, maybe I can get an album out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been really exciting. The feedback has been really great. I don't know. Have you guys heard it yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not.
What you guys think? You got.
I
any thoughts?
actually liked it.
you actually.
No, like
I
I liked it.
Hey.
And like, no offense to like your last song. I did like your last song too, but I think it was the constant like in my feed sending it to me and listening to it in the car where I was like, damn, I really don't want to hear this fucking song anymore.
Well, trust me, the promotion's coming. So.
Which is like
Promotion.
cool. Like I think it's a good song. I like it. I know Tyler's like doing pull-ups and shit at the gym listening to it.
Yeah,
Tyler,
which is so interesting because it's kind of like a sad song. So
that's
just like
motivation
imagining
for
him
him.
like
Like,
crying while
ah.
he's doing pull-ups. You know.
Tyler doesn't cry.
Tyler doesn't cry.
He's drinking.
does.
He's drinking bubbly when he does it.
He's Waterloo.
Can we
He's
please?
drinking Waterloo.
Can we talk about Saturday, please?
Saturday?
Can we please talk about Saturday?
What's Saturday?
What happened when we got dinner on Saturday?
What happened Saturday?
Oh my
Please.
god.
You don't want me to? I won't.
No, that was
Okay,
That
fine.
was so dumb.
Okay, whatever.
talk about it
okay,
after.
well, what did you think of the song, Junior?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Better. It's. I can honestly say you're upgrading.
Thank you. I feel like I improve every time. It's definitely a learning process,
Oh,
and
yeah.
especially doing it everything by myself is hard.
Oh yeah.
It's really hard, and it takes a lot of time. So that's why I'm excited for this year too, because I feel like I finally have like a backlog of songs to put out,
Okay.
and all of them are kind of like on the same caliber. So I'm excited for that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Get excited.
Get excited.
get excited.
Speaking of releases, Beyonce released a country album,
Yeah.
yeah,
Cowboy Carter.
interesting.
I don't like it.
I
mean, I'm not a
haven't
big
heard it,
country
so
fan
I don't
in
know. Yeah,
general.
neither am I.
Except for the Morgan Wallen and Post Malone collab. That one I'm excited for. I heard a little snippet of it. I'm like, ooh, sounds fire.
I know what you're talking about.
But not the new Beyonce album. I mean, if you guys want to watch it, go. I will recommend check it out. Please don't fucking.
I mean, it's Beyonce.
it's Beyonce.
She can't do wrong.
No.
I mean, I guess if you're a country fan, maybe not. To me, she did wrong by going into country territory. But again, I'm not a country fan.
She wants
I'm
to
not
hit all the bases before she's done. She wants to
Yeah.
do everything.
She's
Hey,
really
kudos to
milking
her.
it. She's milking it.
Renaissance, though, highly recommend listening
Get that
to one.
money.
Renaissance is a really good album. Have you heard of Renaissance album?
Yeah, I'm sure I have. I'm
The
kind of bad with names.
transitions are crazy, like very smooth. Like you would think you're listening to like a freaking 10-minute song.
Huh.
It's so good.
okay.
Hmm.
I'll have to listen.
Like
to
it's not abrupt or anything. It's honestly, I give it major props to having a smooth transition.
All right.
Cool.
That and
I'll check it
Mac Miller released a song too.
Ooh. Yeah,
R.I.P.
I released my song on a Wednesday, so I don't have as much competition.
Oh, smart.
Yeah.
Don't
Can't
do it,
compete
don't do
with
it
Beyonce.
Friday.
Don't
New Music
yeah,
Friday,
no,
dude.
not on Friday.
The Star Subs, they load that shit
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I think this is a good time to end it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
I'm good.
Seriously, everybody watch the documentary. It's really
White
good.
on Set, HBO Max. Watch
Yeah.
it. 4 episodes. They're like
check it
each
out.
43 minutes long.
There's a fifth
worth it.
episode that's coming out. Yeah.
No.
5
the
episodes.
plot
I
thickens.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the plot. Oh, it gets better.
Yeah, I wonder what
Which
else
means it gets
they
worse.
need to talk about because I feel like we've gone through a lot.
Who was the other one? Amanda Bynes or whoever.
Uh-huh.
Her something about her. What is it? I'm gonna say NDA, but it's not an NDA. Or what is it? You can't talk about things.
NDA, non-disclosure.
Yeah. I guess somebody's is ending soon.
Ooh.
and Someone's supposed to open up about something, and I don't know
What
if
if
it's
really
her
interesting.
or whoever.
Wouldn't that
Imagine
be
they have Jeanette
crazy?
McCurdy on there. That'd be crazy.
That would be really good.
That would. Ooh.
That would be really nice.
That would.
Mm.
But yeah, somebody
Really, I
somebody
mean-
is supposed to end. Some girls is supposed to end.
Girls?
I don't know who.
Mhm.
Jeanette McCurdy, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't
Or
know.
I guess we'll
Amanda.
have to see.
I am. So
I feel
excited.
really bad for Amanda.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like a whole nother story, which we don't really have time for. But that's okay.
It's a whole chapter. Once Quiet on Set finishes.
We'll
we're
come
gonna-
back.
Yeah, we'll
I
come
was gonna
back.
say, it'll
We're
be-
gonna.
I
We're
gotta
gonna talk
watch
about
it.
the
I'll
last. You do.
Bust out the season. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Check it
So
out.
good.
So good.
Yet it's so good
But
that
so
it's
bad.
so bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
so
I cried. I cried. And like
It
it's-
tugged the strings a bit, especially with the whole like parent relationship and drawing the wedge between like them and their kids, and it's
Especially
like,
when they're
damn.
so young.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like damn, and it broke my heart when I heard like they arrested him and Drake actually called his dad and was like, hey, like did you hear they
That
got him? And he's
broke
like, what are
me.
you talking about?
Ooh, I'll
He's
have
like,
to
Brian
check that out.
Peck.
Broke me.
They got him, and he's like, oh my god, I knew it. I'm so I fucking. He's like, I called it. I knew it. I'm just so glad that I was able to prevent you from getting grabbed by him. And I'm like, oh
Oh my god.
god.
That
this out.
seriously.
It
It
yeah.
was so bad.
And I don't. I think he found out like obviously like later. On. Yeah. And it's to live with that. You know, I don't even know. I can't even imagine how
I
Drake
cannot.
feels
Yeah.
hearing that from his dad, and it's like, damn, I
It's just
pushed my
like-
dad away, and he was still thanking the
Yeah,
gods that
yeah.
I freaking.
Mhm.
I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, everybody, please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want to. Oh,
Check back at
crazy.
the next episode when Chippy comes on. You get to learn Chippy's real name.
Yeah, there you go. But thank you for everybody who is listening. I know this episode was a lot heavier than what we usually do. But it's good. It's good. It's good to keep it serious sometimes.
I hate this.
I hate it. I
I'm
love this
sorry.
because these are things that need to be
I know.
addressed.
I know.
No matter
Yeah.
how small our platform is,
I know.
someone who doesn't even know what's going on
Yeah.
will hear this.
Hopefully, someone who.
And that would make me happy enough.
Yes.
At
Yeah.
least one person
I hope.
getting
Yeah.
knowledge about this.
Yeah, I just like, not to be like religious or anything, but like, seriously, like send some prayers to the kids who were all affected, and even child actors now who
Are-
could be in bad
yeah,
situations,
yeah.
and we need to look out for each other. Doesn't matter what's going on.
Yeah, we're all children at heart.
Yeah, but we
Oh, I'm not mentally maturing.
I'm
at
not
all.
mentally mature.
we seriously need to look out for each other and just care about each other more, and hopefully that will make a world a better place. Okay, that's it.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in.